Are you conscious? Are you consciously navigating your day? You may say, oh, I'm woke. I'm like all the way woke. I am so conscious. I feel you. We here. I feel you. You woke. And stay woke. Okay? Stay woke. But I'm not talking about wokeness. I'm talking about, are you conscious? Are you consciously navigating your day? Are you conscious about what you're thinking about on a day-to-day basis? Are you conscious about what data you are allowing into your consciousness, into your space, that will ultimately affect the way you feel and behave? You may not know right now, but I guarantee you're probably not all the way conscious, because we're human. I'm not all the way conscious all the time. That's why I'm making this video, okay? I need constant reiteration about this point to remind myself to be consciously intentional about the thoughts that I'm thinking and about the information I'm allowing to come into my consciousness. Every day we are bombarded with data and information and visuals and sounds and all types of things that are entering into our consciousness. So if we're walking around unconscious, we are passively allowing all of these things to come into our space. Think about that. Think about the news you're watching. Think about the media you're scrolling through. Think about the conversations you're having. Think about all of it. Think about the visuals that you allow yourself to see, the people that you follow on Instagram or Facebook, and the visuals that they put out to the world. Are you being intentional? This video is here to challenge you to get intentional. The fact that you're even watching this video, this moment in and of itself, is now bringing new awareness and mindfulness around this area. So right there, there's a shift. There's going to be an instantaneous shift, because now you're aware and now you're thinking about it and you're saying, oh snap, like what am I taking in? Am I being passive about what I'm allowing into my space? So I want to invite you into the Refined AF space, which is calling you to just get a bit more intentional. Like seriously, it's pretty simple. And to break it down a little more, so on a brain level, when we have a thought, and mind you, the brain is just an organ, right? It's just a tool for us to utilize. We have the brain, and then we have our consciousness, right? So our consciousness is that deeper knowing, that higher knowing, that bigger knowing, that's more connected to the divine, that's more connected to the universe, to the limitless possibility realm. Okay, so we have our consciousness and our brain. Many times when we're living unconsciously, our consciousness is turned down or muted or functioning at a very low level, and we're allowing an organ to dictate everything, right? And that's kind of scary when you think about it. So what does this organ do? When the consciousness either passively or proactively sends data to the brain computes it and it responds accordingly. So it starts with thoughts that are being suggested to the brain, and then it trickles down into your emotions. So the thoughts affect how you feel, and then you start to feel the response to those thoughts on a visceral level. And then after that, it trickles down into your behavior. So when you're feeling a certain way, you start to behave a certain way. But the beautiful thing about the brain is that it can't distinguish the difference between what's actually real and what's fake. So that, to me, is so empowering to know. Because if the brain, again, just an organ that's responding to what's suggested to it, if it can't tell the difference between what's actually real and what's not real, that means that if we activate our consciousness and we become intentional about what we suggest to our brain, the brain will respond accordingly. So my question for you is, would you rather turn your consciousness and awareness down and allow the world to make suggestions to your brain, which will then dictate how you feel and how you act? Or will you activate your consciousness by just being aware and feed your brain what you want to feed it? Be intentional about what you want to feed it. It can be what's actually happening, what you actually see, or it can be something you make up. Because remember, the brain can't tell the difference. It's crazy. The brain can't tell the difference. So you get to suggest to your brain whatever you feel like it, and it's going to believe you. Okay? So I'm suggesting to my brain that I'm going to make $1 million in the next 5 months. I'm telling my brain that, and I tell my brain that every single day. My brain is computing that data, and it's eventually going to happen. I know this because my feelings and my actions will be aligned with that thought. So what are you going to feed your brain today? Come on, feed it some good stuff. Feed it some good stuff. Feed it that caviar. Don't feed it them chitlins. Your brain does not want them chitlins. It wants some caviar, okay? Enjoy that, and I'll see you on the next video. Let's transcend, y'all, and refine.